Good day. Today our topic is assignment model in operations research. What is assignment model? Assignment model is a allocation problem. If I have a number of jobs can be performed with a number of machine means how can I allot the jobs with respect to machines or with respect to persons, which is assignment model. How can I assign my job it into a number of jobs or a number of machines? So the n jobs to perform with n persons, and the problem is how to distribute the jobs to different person involved. For understanding this assignment model, I can explain with the example problem. The problem is a works manager has to allocate 4 different jobs to 4 workmen depending on the efficiency and the capacity of the individual. The time taken by each differ as shown in the table. In the table, there are 4 jobs available and 4 workers. The 4 workers are A, B, C and D are available. How the work manager distribute the job or assign the jobs to respective worker? Let's see. First step is the problem is balanced assignment or unbalanced assignment. We should identify. How can I identify? Yes, from the number of rows and the number of columns, I can identify the problem is balanced or unbalanced. According to this problem, number of rows is 4, number of columns is 4. So, number of rows is equal to number of columns. So, this problem is called as balanced assignment problem. How can we solve this balanced assignment problem? Yes, let's see. The step 1 started with consider each row, select minimum element in each row. What I tell, yes, you compare the thing. Here the table has the data like job 1, 2, 3, 4 and worker A, B, C and D. Here the job 1 consumes the time with the worker A as 10 minutes. Likewise the data is given. So from this we can select the minimum value, minimum element that is available in the table. For considering job 1, there are different time elements available which are 10, 20, 18 and 14. From this I can select minimum element. Which one is minimum element? 10 is the minimum element. So which is the first step. So according to second row, I can select which one is minimum 15, 25, 9, 25 available. In this 9 is the minimum. Okay. So according to first row, 10 is the minimum. According to second row, the 9 is minimum. And then third row, there is 12 is minimum. And fourth row, 10 is minimum. So first step, I can select minimum element available in each row. After that, in the same step 1, subtract the smallest element from all the elements in that row. According to the first row, there is minimum element is 10, so that I can subtract the elements with the other elements and the same element also. So 10 minus 10 is equal to 0. After that, 20 minus 10 is equal to 10. After that, 18 minus 10 is equal to 8. 14 minus 10 is equal to 4. Likewise, I can rearrange the element with respect to the step 1 rule. After that, the same I consider for second row. Second row minimum element is 9. Here 15 minus 9 is equal to 6. 25 minus 9 is equal to 16. According to third column, this second row is 9. So that 9 minus 9 is equal to 0. 25 minus 9 is equal to 16. Similar to same, I perform other rows that are third and fourth. From this, I can get 18, 7, 5 and fourth cell of the third row is 0 because the minimum element is 12. So that 12 minus 12 is equal to 0. After that, fourth row, there is 19, 24, 20, 10 available. In that 10 is the minimum value. So that 19 minus 10 is equal to 9. 24 minus 10 is equal to 14. 20 minus 10 is equal to 10. After that, 10 minus 10 is equal to 0. I arrange the cells with respect to this rule. The rule is step 1, consider each row, select minimum element in each row, and then subtract the smallest element from all the elements in the row. So I follow that rule and reframe the table which is available with the problem. What about step 2? Similarly, subtract minimum element in each column from all the elements in its column. The same rule I followed for column wise. How can I follow? Here the 0 is converted. Yes, I identify the first column 0 already available, so that 0 the minimum value. So if I subtract other means I can get the same value. What about second in C also there is 0, so that I can subtract and again I got the same value which are 8, 5, 10, likewise I got. And then what is this third column? There is 0. Here how it combines? Yes, the other rule you can listen. Okay, here in third row the 0 is available. The 0 is available in the fourth D worker, but the same D in D worker fourth also 0. For the reason I moved to identify another minimum element that are available with the same row, which is 7. So now I can move to subtract the 7 with other elements that are available with that B column. So 10 minus 7 is equal to 3, 16 minus 7 is equal to 9, 7 minus 7 is equal to 0, 14 minus 7 is equal to 7. From this I can get this element also 0 with B and the third job. Likewise we can work further and further. Here what is the rule? According to the step 2, we can subtract the column element also. We can move to step 3. Consider rows where only one unmarked 0 is there, then mark as a square. This 0 indicating that the assignment is there. This square box 0 indicating there should be a assignment. The other elements, other zeros are available with the same column means you may put the cross mark in that same column. After that I can move the second column. In that third job with the B has a square, which means 0, so that I can put a square box here. Here also the assignment is there. After that I can move to C, because in B I assign the job to the worker B, so that I can move to C worker for assign the next job. The 0 assignment here also available, so we can assign the second job for C worker. And then what about the D worker? The D worker, the third row has 0. I can't assign here because already the B worker picked the third job. So here I can't assign the third job to worker D. So I introduce cross mark here. So mark cross all other zeros in the same row or same column, so that I introduce cross mark for that respective 0 that is available with the column. After that the other 0 available with the same column, which is fourth job. So now I assign the fourth job to the D worker. Likewise we can assign the job to the considered worker. So step 4, if there is a tie among the zeros, defer the decisions. Next, consider columns for a single unmarked 0, mark them square box and mark cross any other 0 in the rows. So I follow the same rule and allot the job to the respective worker. The workers are A, B, C, D. The jobs are 1, 2, 3, 4. How can I calculate the total time consuming with the worker and the job hours? Let's see. Here the final allotment table. The job 1 assigned to worker A, job 3 assigned to worker B, job 2 assigned to worker C, and job 4 assigned to worker D. Likewise I can get the solution from the above step. Okay, now I can pick the time, which time I involved from the problem table. I can again represent the same table that are available with the problem, which is A consumes 10 minutes or 10 hours for completing the job 1 and B consumes 19 hours with the job 3. How can I tell B B worker consumes 19 minutes? Yes, according to the square box where it placed, if I refer the problem, that minutes assignment is 10. So the job 1 with worker A is the assignment. That assignment consumes 10 hours. After that, I consider job 2. The assignment is available with the C worker. So job 2 assigned to C worker. C worker, how much time consumes? According to the problem, the respective cell has 9. So that the job 2 completed with worker C as 9 hours. After that, what about third row? Assignment is in B. According to that problem, the assignment time is 19 hours for third job with the B worker. So that third job assigned to B worker, the time consumption is 19 hours according to the given problem. After that, what about fourth job? Fourth job assignment is available with the D here. So fourth job is assigned to D, but it consumes how much hours? 10 hours. So I can pick the 10 hours from the given problem and allocate to the worker with respect to the job. So fourth job to worker D, the worker D consumes 10 hours to complete the job. Total hours to complete the job 48 hours. So this is the problem we can follow to solve the assignment model in operations research. Repeat the same step, the step 3 and 4 successively until one of the two occurs. There are no zeros left unmarked. The remaining unmarked zeros tie at least 2 in each row and column. That is, they occupy corners of square. Likewise, we can solve the assignment model in operations research. Now, I believe you can understand what is assignment model and how can we solve that assignment model with the operations research concept. If you are having any doubt, you may ask me through comment box. Thank you all.